Hello, welcome to Pilates with Katie YouTube. This is my first video, so apologies if it's a little bit all over the place. This one is going to be probably a little bit blabby because I'm just going to explain what I'm doing, and if you're new to my Pilates classes, things you might want to know. So I'm Katie. I am a physio and Pilates instructor from Aberdeen. I normally teach my classes on video, so I should be used to this, but we'll see. So I normally have classes on Mondays and Thursdays for half an hour. So these video sessions are, my goal is to try and get Pilates out to more people and let them do it in their own time. So they should be available to do, obviously, whenever you're available to do it. My Pilates classes, I did used to do mostly no equipment, but then I started to introduce different pieces of equipment, which are all available through my website or through most kind of Pilates websites or wherever you might find them. And I use them throughout most of my classes, so you might find it useful to have a look and see if you would like to purchase any. But the main pieces that I use are the magic circle, which is commonly used in Pilates, and just gives a little bit extra dimension to our Pilates classes and a little bit more difficulty. I do try, although I use a lot of equipment, I do try and adapt our exercises if you don't have the equipment, so I will try my best to do that, but obviously some exercises are more difficult than others. Also our soft ball, which again is used widely in Pilates and just gives that little bit more variety in our classes as well. So I'm sure you could probably use any sort of soft ball, but we do sometimes put quite a lot of pressure on them, so we need a good one. So that is him, and then we've got just a normal foam block, which you can get from most stores actually now. I think most supermarkets stock these. It's just like a yoga block, and gives us a little bit more height in some exercises so we can get more range. And then our resistance bands. These ones come as a pack on the website, but these are just a light, medium and heavy weight. If you've got any resistance bands that can give you kind of that variety, that can be very useful. Mostly use them in glute and some upper body movements as well. So that's just a wee introduction to the classes. Most times I have our classes, or our Monday and Thursday classes, I do ask if anyone's got any new injuries or anything like that, so if you have anything you're suffering with at the moment or you're struggling with at all, I usually just say to adapt the exercises to suit you. I normally have usually about 3 different levels to roughly to each exercise, and that might help you adapt it as well there. But yeah, if there's any aches or pains or niggles, start the class or throughout the class, just see how you go and listen to your body. That is the main thing. So let's get into it. So today's class, I am going to do a little warm up, the main set of the exercise and the cool down all within the half an hour. I'm still debating whether I'm going to do a warm up, middle and cool down for all of my videos, but at least you'll have this one to go back to for the warm up and cool down if I choose not to. So without further ado, let's get into it. So we'll start in standing, and we're just going to have our feet roughly underneath our hips, shoulders nice and relaxed, and thinking about that good posture. So starting off with our head and neck, we're going to look over our right shoulder, take us a nice deep breath as we go, and all the way up to the ceiling. We just want to get things a little bit warmed up and a little bit stretched off before we go into our main section of our class. And then down to the ground. Perfect. And then we're going to take our right ear to our right shoulder. And this one we should feel a bit of a stretch at the opposite side of our neck. If we're feeling that yet, you can take your right hand and just gently take the head slightly closer to the shoulder if you're able to do that. It's absolutely fine just to keep the hand down. Okay, and then back to the middle. And then taking the left ear to the left shoulder. Again, we can use that left hand just to bring it over. Fab. Okay, and then we're going to come into our shoulder rolls. We're going to try and do 5 very slow shoulder rolls, clockwise and anti-clockwise. I'll let you kind of do it in your own time. I'm not going to count out for you. So let's just go nice and slow. Just warm up those shoulders. Very nice. Take some nice deep breaths as we go. Again, thinking about that posture, keeping those tummy muscles tightened if we can. So we're trying to get our ribs to connect to our hips. Okay, good job. Very nice. Okay, now we're going to give the legs a little warm up. So just a very simple warm up here today. We're going to do our squats. I'm just going to turn to the side so you can see a little bit better. So roughly we want our feet, depending on the width of your mat, we want them sort of on the outside edge of your mat there. And then you're going to try just to test your squat, taking your knees and bending them and seeing if they're tracking over your toes. That's important because if they're not, so if you bend your knees and you can see either inside or outside of your toes, the alignment in that leg is not going to be what we need to do our squat, and we're going to end up with aches and pains, which we don't want. So if you can see the inside of your toes, just adjust your feet a little bit, same if we can see the outside. If we're all good to go, we're going to go for 10 normal squats. If we want to add a little resistance band, go for it. If not, that's grand. And then we're going to go straight into, on the 10th one, 10 squat pulses. Okay, so let's give it a try. Bring it down as far as you comfortably can. For 1, and up. Squeeze those glutes when you come up. 2, push through the heels when you come up, squeeze the glutes. 3, and up. 4, and up. 5, up. 6, up. Keep that tummy muscle strong and turned on. 7, good, almost there. 8, lovely. 9, and 10, and then we're coming straight down into our pulses. So our pulses, we're literally just bouncing up and down, or pulsing up and down for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and push all the way up. Nice strong legs. Give those legs a little shake out. And we're going to do 2 more rounds of those pulses, okay? With our pulses, we want to try and get as low as we comfortably can. Try and get a little bit lower each time. So we've got 2 more to go. So try and see if you can make them a little bit lower each time there. Okay, let's go. Round 2, just the pulses this time. Bring it down and pulse for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and push all the way up. Lovely. Stretch them out again. 1 more set. We've got it. Let's go. Make sure those knees are tracking right again, and bring it down. And pulse for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and push. Lovely. Okay, give those legs a shake. Now we have got the option of using a piece of equipment for our next one. So I'll show you quickly without equipment, and then I'll show you with. So it's the block that we may use, and we're going to go from our lunge. We're just stepping 1 foot back. We can keep the back foot's heel off the ground, but we do want both the feet to face the front of our mat. onto that front foot. Bring that back leg in and up into our high knee. And when we're in our high knee, we want to try to come to our 90 degrees in our knee, and also pull those toes up. And then we're coming back down and straight into that lunge again. Okay, and then back into high knee. Okay, so that's it without any equipment. We can add that block just for A, a little bit more depth in our lunge, and B, a little bit more wobbly in our high knee, so it just makes our ankle ligaments do a little bit more. Okay, so I'm going to put my left leg onto the block, exactly the same position for my squat, bringing that right foot back into the lunge, just that little bit more depth there, and into the high knee. Okay, because it's foam, it's just a little bit more wobbly, not much, just a wee bit, just to make that ankle work a bit harder. And down and up. Okay, so we're going to try and do 5 on each leg. You can alternate if you want to, so it'll be 10 altogether. Let's see what you fancy. Let's give it a try. Starting with our left leg, bring it down, lunge, and up, high knee, hold it there, and down, lunge, up, high knee, good, down, lunge, up, high knee, good job, that's 3, down, lunge, up, high knee, that's 4, for 5, down, lunge, up, high knee, very nice. Okay, if you've got a block, just switch sides, and we're doing the same on the other side. Let's go, bring it down, and up, high knee, and hold, bring it down, and up, high knee, and hold. Number 3, down, up, high knee, and hold. 4, down, up, high knee, and hold. Last one, down, up, high knee, and hold, and relax there. Bring the block out, and come to the end of our mat. And we're going to come down onto our mat in a second here. But first of all, we're going to do our spine roll down, just to make sure our back is feeling nice and stretched off before we go down onto our mat. If we've got any lower back issues, or we're not keen on the spine roll down today, an alternative would be just to do our knee pops. So just going from left to right, bending the knee, that gives a little bit of movement in our lower back as well there. Okay, if we're all right with our spine roll down, go ahead and relax our arms, roll the head and neck first, really slowly, then our mid back, remember those soft knees, lower back, come down as far as we comfortably can, and then just start to relax our shoulders a little bit. Good, and then make sure we switch those tummy muscles on as we roll back up again, trying to roll one vertebra at a time, all the way up tall. And then we're going to link our hands together, bring them behind our head, and stretch up, look towards the ceiling, open up through our shoulders. Good, and our upper back, and relax down. And then this time when we do our spine roll down, we're going to try and come all the way down to the mat. If that's uncomfortable, just make your own way down, that is fine. So, rolling down, soft knees. Good, and walk our hands out onto the mat. Bring the knees down gently. And we're into our 4-point kneel. So we're going to take our hands underneath our shoulders, knees underneath our hips, and arch that back up, making sure we stay strong through our shoulders, Don't drop the head down. And then gently taking the tailbone up to the ceiling. Keep strong through the shoulders, but this time letting the tummy come down towards the ground. Good. One more each way. Nice. And fantastic. Okay. And now from here, we're going to pretty much stay in this position. Again, we're going to use that block if we've got one. If not, that is no problem. So without our block, we are going to be taking our left leg up and behind us. Good. And then we're really going to tighten those glute muscles while we're there. Okay? And we're going to act like someone is pulling our leg away from us. So we're really stretching through that leg. And then as we take it in, we're bending that knee and taking it up to our chest as far as we can. Okay? So that's without our block. If we add in our block, we're going underneath our stabilizing knee, and it just gives us a little bit more range again here. So up and back with that leg, that left leg, pulling it away, really stretching through that side, and then tucking it in towards our chest, as far as comfortable, and back out. And we're going to go for 5 on each leg. I'm just going to move myself forward, so I'm just kicking my chair. Keeping those elbows nice and straight, trying not to bend too much or overextend or hyperextend. So we just want nice strong elbows. Okay, if there's a wee bend in it, that's all right, but we definitely don't want them hyperextended. Strong through our shoulders and our gaze coming down to the mat. Trying not to look up or anything, and we want our stabilizing knee underneath our hip. Okay, for 5 on our left, bring that leg up and back. Someone's pulling it away. And slowly bring it into our chest. And back out. Very good. And again, slowly in. And out. That's 2. And in. Out. For 3. In. Out. For 4. Last one. In. And out. For 5. Okay, and then slowly come back down. Switch the block over if you've got one. And exactly the same on this side. So hands underneath our shoulders. Good, and that knee underneath our hip. Right leg coming out this time. Stretching it back like someone's pulling it away from you. And then tucking it in towards the chest. As far as comfortable. And out. Good. For 2. And out. This is 3. Then out. And 4. And out. Last one, 5. And out. Very good. Okay, take that block away. I'm just going to do a wee interlude just to stretch off our wrists, because sometimes that 4-point kneel can be a little bit strenuous. So no equipment, we're coming into our child's pose. So taking those knees to the outside edge of the mat, taking the arms forward and stretching out through our shoulders. You'll let the head rest on the mat and being naughty and keeping it up. Okay, so that's our non-equipment. Our equipment, we're going to take our soft ball, reach up towards the ceiling, like someone's trying to steal that ball off us. Reach up as tall as you can. Slowly bring it down to the mat and start rolling it away. Good job. And then roll it back in and all the way up. Still in that child's pose if you're on the no equipment. And back down and roll once more. Good, and up. Very good. So our next one, again we've got a few different options here. One of them includes a resistance band. I'm going to go for the medium, the grey one today. And I'm going to show you the no equipment first before I get all stuck. So we're going to be hovering our knees on the next exercise. So our level 1 is just going to be in our 4-point kneel, tuck those toes under and just hover the knees. Okay, harder than it looks. So our level 1 is literally just hovering those knees and trying to hold it there for 10 counts. Okay, our level 2, which is our kind of non-equipment version, is going to be hovering the knees and stepping back and stepping in and stepping back and in, trying to keep that bum as low as you can. Okay, if we've got the resistance bands, we're going to go ahead and pop it on just above our knees and come back into that 4-point kneel. Okay, from here we're going to lift those knees again, and we're going to take our knees out against the resistance of the band to the outside edge of our mat for the count of 10. Okay, so all three are going to go for the count of 10. Level 1, just lifting those knees, and level 2, our non-equipment version, kind of our bear crawls, little steps forward, little steps back, and then our equipment version is just using this band, taking those knees out and in for the count of 10. So, as we're ready, nice strong through the arms, wrists are giving us a bit of pain today, we could come up onto our knuckles if that's better. Okay, but let's give it a try. So, lifting those knees, everybody, let's go. And go for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, keep that bum low, 3, 2, 1, and stop there. Excellent. Take that band off and come and have a little sit up nice and tall at the end of our mat here. And we're going to move on to our different posture just now. So, to get down onto our mat, into our rest position, we're going to do our teasers. So our teasers are where we roll down almost to the point that we're on the mat, but then use our tummy muscles and come straight back up again. 3 levels again. So level 1 is no equipment. We're going to take our hands and place them on the mat just behind us, and we're going to use our hands to help us down to the mat and back up again. We still want those tummy muscles to be doing a little bit of work, but we just are giving ourselves a little bit of assistance there. Our level 2 no equipment is we're going to take our hands forward and we're going to roll down almost all the way and back up. So we're really using those tummy muscles. Our level 3, we're grabbing our magic circle. We're going to hold it out in front, so as we come down, almost all the way, and back up, we're going to do 1, 2, 3 squeezes. So just adding a little bit of upper body as well there. Okay, so whatever level you're going for, we're going to go for 6 altogether, but on the 6th one, we're taking a lie down onto the mat. Okay, so let's go. When we're ready, bring it down. Almost all the way. Use those tummy muscles to come back up tall. Thinking about that posture for level 3. 1, 2, 3, and down. Almost all the way. Use those tummy muscles. Back up. And 1, 2, 3, and down. This is number 3. And up. And 1, 2, 3. Good job. Bring it down. And up. For 1, 2, 3. Okay, and relax all the way down onto the mat. Put our equipment to the side, and we're going to get comfy in our rest position here. So resting our head down, knees bent up, knees and feet separate just by a few inches there. Okay, and here we're just going to get our back warmed up here. So we want to go for our pelvic tilts. So how I best describe pelvic tilts is we're going to imagine we've got a grape underneath our lower back, and we're going to squash the grape. Okay, so we're keeping our whole body as it is, but we're just taking our lower back and squashing it into the mat and squashing that grape. Okay, you might feel your tailbone lift a little bit, that's fine, but make sure that lower back is down, pressing into the mat. And that's the most important position that we're aiming for here. Okay, and then we're going to relax. So we're just going to take the pressure off the grape and let it pop up again, if it would do that. Okay, and just relax there. And then again, take it down, squash the grape. Good. And relax. Perfect. Okay, now we're going to do a little ab session. We've got 2 or 3 exercises to go. So, our next ab session, we're going to do a cycle, which is no equipment, into our elbow knee ab crosses. Okay, so there's a couple of different levels again, but they're all no equipment. Okay, so our level 1, we're going to keep our head, neck, and hands down on the mat, and we're just going to cycle our legs. Okay, and our level 1 cycle of our legs, we're going to keep our legs fairly high. Okay, and our level 2, we're doing bigger cycles, so we're trying to get this straight leg almost all the way down to the mat. Okay, that's working us a little bit harder, but we need to remember to try and keep that pelvic tilt down, so we're squashing that grape all the time. We don't want any arches in our spine. Okay, our level 3, we're going to lift the head and neck, reach our hands towards our toes, and again we're cycling those legs. Our level 2, we're trying to do as deep a cycle as we can. And there we are. Sorry, level 3, I'm all over the shop. Okay, so then we're going straight from there into our elbow to knee, like so. So we're taking our hands behind our head and we're trying to take elbow to knee. Now if that's a bit much, we can take one leg down and just take the knee to the elbow. Okay? So we're trying to go for 10 cycles, straight into 10 elbow to knees, whatever levels you feel that you can manage. And you can always swap and switch and do whatever you need to do. So starting with our cycles, let's go. For 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Straight into the elbow to knee for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax down. Excellent, good job. So we're going to call it a day with our main set there. Slightly less exercises than normal, but we had a little bit of a blab at the beginning. So we're going to go into our cool down now. So just a little stretch off here. So first one is very simple, hands over our head, legs down onto the mat, and just taking our deep breaths, thinking about stretching out our abdominal muscles. Okay, and then taking our hands back in, taking our right knee up and trying to take it across our body. Okay, now it might not come very far, however far it does come is absolutely fine, but we're trying to keep our opposite shoulder on the mat if we can. This is going to stretch out our lower back. Very nice. Okay, and then slowly bring it back to the middle. Make sure those tummy muscles are switched on as we do it, just to support our back. And then the other way. Lovely. Good work. Okay, and then we're going to go for our glute stretch. We're going to take our right ankle over our left knee. That might already trigger a bit of a glute stretch in your right glute. If it doesn't, we can always take our left knee up towards us and push out our right knee. There we go. And just hold it there. If we're still not feeling it, we can take our right foot down towards our groin or our hip. And you might feel it a little bit more there. Okay, but just whenever you feel that stretch, just stop there and try and hold it for a good few seconds and then swap legs. Now we've got our left ankle over our right knee. We should be feeling it in our left glute. Very nice. Okay, and then we're going to come up onto our knees. We have been down on our back for a little minute, so just take your time. If you're feeling a bit dizzy, just hang on until that passes. So we're going to come up onto our knees, one foot in front, and then we're going to try and stretch out our right hip flexor. So if we've got our left leg in front, we're stretching out the right in this exercise here. So we're going to take our weight forward into our front knee, our left knee, and as we do that, we should start to feel a stretch up the right hip flexor, front of the right leg. If we're still not feeling it there, walk the feet a little bit further apart and try again there again. It should be a bearable stretch, and we want to be able to hold it comfortably for a good few seconds. If we can't, just ease out a little bit. Okay, and then from there, we're going to straighten our front leg into our hamstring stretch. So for that, we're going to try and pull our toes up, stick our bottom out, and we should feel that at the back of that left leg. Good. And exactly the same on the other side. Just going to try and tie my hair up as I do it. Okay, so this time we're going to feel, or should feel, that stretch in our left leg. Okay, so the back leg. If we don't, walk those toes forward a little bit. Perfect. Dig the heel in of the front leg, stick the bum out, pull the toes up, and we're in our hamstring stretch. Perfect. Okay, come and have a little seat. Very good. Think about our posture, and we're just going to finish off exactly where we started with our head and neck. So looking over the right shoulder, all the way up. Nice posture again. Over the left, and down. And there we are. Thank you for watching. I hope you made it to the end. I hope you enjoyed. And I'm hoping to post for around 1 a week, maybe 2 a week if I'm feeling spicy. And they will usually be half an hour, but I might throw the odd hour one in. And I'm yet to decide whether I'm going to do a warm up and cool down in each of those, just because it kind of eats away at that half an hour a little bit. But I'll see what we think, and if I don't put any warm up and cool down in, you've always got this one to come back to if you want to try a little bit of warming up and cool down, which I recommend because you want to make sure your muscles are ready to go. But yes, thank you, hope you enjoyed, and I hope to see you next time. Bye!